Turn it up. You're listening to Live and Loud with the Lord, Nelson.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, you know who it is. It is the big guy with the big show, the Lord Nelson, that is. Yes, indeed, for the podcast, Live and Loud with the Lord on the CMS network with 5 Royals Entertainment. And ladies and gentlemen, you see this young man right here. When I speak about greatness, he is one of those great ones, an amazing human being. And I toured with, listen, I'm going to get into a lot of things with him. He's just a great human being. And so, as always, I'd like to, read a little something about him that, my perspective about his greatness is. So if you don't mind, I'll do it a little something like this. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters worldwide, I am once again truly honored. I say honored, and I mean that, to have another incredible musician bless the shores of Live and Loud with the Lord with his presence. This young man is a definite talent and a bass playing badass. Yes, he is. He is definitely that. He's one of the cool ones, man. No doubt. And when I toured with his former band Volbeat, I saw greatness, energy, discipline, and the blueprint of a well-oiled machine. And now we will revisit his past, partake of his present, and peer into his amazing future. So without further ado, I bring to you the amazing Anders Kjølholm, bassist for Superloader.
Yeah.
What's going on, bro?
Yeah, but it's just great to see you and talk to you.
It's the same way. Yeah. So the first question always is, where are you from, young man?
Yeah, I'm from this little tiny country called Denmark. It's north of Europe, Scandinavia. So we're about 6.5 million people in the whole country.
Well, I know at the Aalborg Music Festival, I'm sure you guys played that, but we performed there, man. They had a good time there, man. It was in Aalborg, of course, but it was a great time, man. You play so many plays, you probably don't even remember.
It's difficult to kind of, remember all of them.
Indeed. Yeah, but we had a great time. So what's the best thing about being from Denmark?
Yep. I think that the best thing for me, I can't tell for everybody in Denmark, but the best thing for me is definitely the security you have in this country, that everybody gets taken care of. We have great work. We have a lot of vacation. We get paid going on to college and university. There's just so many good things.
Right.
That's potential. Give all young people a chance, even out you grow up. You always have a chance in Denmark because you can always go on college or university because you don't have to pay for it.
Got you. Indeed.
So that's I always say Denmark is the land of the opportunities. You know that?
Oh, love that. Indeed. Nice. So you traveled all around the world playing in bands. And if you had a chance to live anywhere else, where would you live?
Yeah, that's difficult because I would say there's some stuff that's good somewhere and other places, but I will definitely say that one of the really cool places, I really like Spain. I would say start of Europe has some really amazing places. But yeah. I don't. Yeah, it's.
You love Denmark. You love home.
Yeah, exactly. it's difficult for me for imagine to live another place.
I got you. Listen, I feel you. So you know, I live in South Carolina in the States, and you guys were in North Carolina. You didn't play in South Carolina, but you played in North Carolina. But it's when I came to see you guys with my son. But man, South Carolina is like the greatest place. Everything's not perfect here, but I'm going to tell you what. I love South Carolina. I love here, and I've been to a lot of other places. Now, there's a lot of places in Europe that have been amazing also now, I will say. But being here is just what I know, what I feel, and what I'm like most comfortable. So I understand definitely. So I want to go off on a little sidebar right here. So tell me about is it kite surfing, man? Is that something that you do, man? Is that a hobby of yours?
Yeah. I started off, 5 years ago, and I'm pretty badass right now. It's just I just turned 50, and
just a baby.
So it's kind of like my second youth, I would say.
I see you out there doing it, man. And I know this other dude I know named Vincent, who did a video for me when I was with the band Lies, and he goes out there and he does not parasailing. He goes up there and
paragliding.
Oh my gosh, man! Some of the most beautiful places in France. And it's amazing. And I applaud you guys for doing that, man. It takes something to do that.
As my son said, that's his extreme sport. Yeah.
Right. It is, but you enjoy it, and that's a beautiful thing, man, no doubt.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. I don't know if you remember this or not, but I asked you like a million times while we were on tour. So many times. I asked you about that LRG jacket that you had. I wanted to give that jacket to my son so bad. I asked you every day. I said, Anders, come on, man. Let me get that jacket, man. You were like, yo, I can't give you my jacket, bro.
I remember that when you said it. Now I remember that. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm actually not sure where I have it. I actually think I still have it somewhere.
Really? Yeah. It was just a dope jacket, man. And I was just like, man. I was like, I couldn't fit it at the time, but I was just like, I know my son could get it too. And he would have loved it because he was wearing a lot of LRG stuff at that time. Yes, indeed. Man. So, okay. So let's go back to the young Anders. When did music hit you like, wow, this is great to me?
Yeah, I would definitely say that I think I'm about 9 years old, sitting in my couch with my dad, and watching a concert with Europe, the final countdown Europe.
Yeah.
And they're playing in Gothenburg in Sweden on an arena, and I'm just kind of got sucked into that concert. It's kind of wow.
Yeah.
And the drummers starts to make a drum solo, and he walks around with his drumsticks and drums on everything, and it's kind of like wow. And then I kind of wanted to play drums,
right?
So that's what it started out with, and then I started playing drums, and I was pretty good at it. But I quickly figured out that if you want to be in a cool band, everybody wanted to be the drummer or the guitar player,
right?
So I'm going to be the bass player because everybody, do you play bass? Do you play bass?
Right.
So I was kind of figured out if I start the bass, there's probably a better chance for me to join the band. Already back then, I was kind of really thinking, how can I do this?
Yeah.
So it's kind of that's kind of started, and then there was this girl in my class who started playing bass as well, and she was pretty good. So I had to show her that I was.
You were better.
As good as her. Impress her. That's what you call it.
Hey, listen, as we all do. I just listen. Yeah. It's what it is, bro. It's what it is.
It is. Yeah.
So the drums were what you started with first, huh? That was the first. Yeah. Okay. Got you. So when did so high school? So high school was when bass became your weapon of choice. That's when you were like, this is what I'm going to play. High school. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I have different bands. I had played in 5 or 6 different bands, and then at some point I ran into. There was actually my childhood buddy, Lars Het, who was drummer in Domino's, Michael's old band. So he the bass player was he was, what do you call it, not that stable.
Okay. Okay.
So he didn't show up for rehearsals and stuff. So my buddy Lars, he asked me, "Do you want to join the band?"
Yeah.
So that's actually how I kind of got to know Michael.
Got you.
And then actually my buddy Lars kind of quit the band, so I continued with Michael.
Okay.
And I think in the first record I recorded was in '95 with Dominoes, and that album is actually called Volbeat, but VOL.beat.
Gotcha.
So at that point, the Volbeat thing kind of started.
Okay.
It was kind of like it was called Volbeat, and me and Michael we talked about that it'd be fun to make a rock and roll band one day.
Wow.
And
wow.
Yeah.
So you were really kind of there at the beginning then.
Yeah. I played with Michael before. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. So listen, you've answered so many great questions that I was going to ask. Right. I love that way you rolled into it. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So I want to go back to I got to go back and ask this first though. So what is it about the bass, other than what you said before, that excites you? What is it about it that is just unlike the other instruments? What is it? It's got to be something, because you do it so well, you play it so well, you're proficient at it. So what is it about that bass?
For me, I think the thing with the bass is actually that you kind of, I would say, kind of makes things. It's kind of like the drums and the bass are kind of working, and is the kind of the machine, and the guitars and the song and the keyboards are more kind of like the colors and all the feelings that's coming out.
Right.
And for me, playing bass is the cool thing about playing bass is people really don't notice, because if they notice if you're not playing right, because it's there, and when you're a bass player, there's a lot of stuff you don't have to play. That's actually how you make music, where having a little break or not playing all the time, or kind of go with the drums or make the melody with the guitar sometimes,
Right.
It's kind of for me, it's the thing that combines it all, or kind of, gets it all together.
Gotcha.
At some point.
Yeah, because it's like the drums and the bass are kind of like that foundation. Yeah. Listen, the bass, I can't help it. I am a black man, and we love bass.
Yeah.
The bassist.
Me too.
No, I'm not saying that you don't. I'm just saying, that bass is important, man. It's just the way it hits. It's just something else. I love to hear it on a couple of the songs. We'll talk about it. I'm just listening to your bass playing on the songs, and I was just like, yo, this is amazing. I said, he's really in it. He's in that pocket. It sounds amazing. I love it, no doubt. So let's go back to your band. So what was the very first band you played in?
The very first band I played in, that's kind of embarrassing.
No,
you know what it was?
Come on, man.
It was called. You have to hear the name. It was called Pink Apple.
Pink Apple? Listen, these band names are always going to be something else, man. So come on, man. Pink Apple.
Yeah, Pink Apple. But it was actually I kind of played in a school band, kind of, but this was a real band where we had a rehearsal room and was out, not in the school. So it was kind of my first real band. And we kind of started out with playing Sex Pistols covers.
Okay.
So it was quite punk.
Yes.
And then we kind of started up doing our own tracks.
Gotcha.
And then I don't know, it actually went really good. But at some point, I don't know, I don't want to say too much, but the guitar player and singer, he liked some stuff, so it was kind of difficult to kind of.
It happens.
Yeah. He was young, and he did a lot of stuff that And if I don't want to go to rehearsal and wait for him for an hour or two.
Right.
Then,
right.
I don't want to waste my time. So there was some stuff that happened, but then other bands came along. So yeah,
of course.
There was, I think the next one was called Painted.
Painted.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think, and then I think at that point, I played in 4 or 5 bands. I actually, as I said, talked to my buddy Lars, and he said they needed a new bass player in Dominoes.
Right.
That was, so that was kind of where it kind of started for me, that because they had a record deal, they were kind of out playing live a lot, and so it was kind of where I kind of got the feeling of what is this business about?
Yeah,
I was working,
Got you. So has Denmark always had a very vibrant music scene to you? Has it always been pretty,
I would say that the Swedes have had it for years. So I would say Denmark is coming along, but of course we already had, good musicians and a lot of music, but I would say the last kind of 20 years is really a lot of things has happened, and we had a lot of big artists kind of breaking, the world. So I think the eyes just start to look at Denmark. Hey, is there some good musicians here? Can we kind of
Yeah, indeed.
So, and I think the quality kind of raised, started to raise, so. And I think it's because of the competition. The more competition there is, the more you have to kind of be more sharp, make your thing.
Indeed.
Yeah. So I would say it's been there, but the last kind of 15 years has really been something.
Got you. Well, of course, you talked about Dominoes. You talked about how you got into Volbeat. So I remember Daniel, the great Daniel, and Jorg of Dragon Productions. The two listen, those were my guys. 2 great guys, man. I had so much great guys. So I remember them, speaking about how Volbeat started with just a few fans, and then you guys grew to this amazing. I mean, it got really gigantic. And so, do you remember, how it was, that fame, and how it, the rising of it, and being there from the start and seeing how it grew and how you guys became so gigantic in Europe, man? Do you remember that? Yeah,
I do. Yeah, I definitely do. I definitely remember some of the kind of the first concert we played and how we tried to build it up. And I think that at that point, the internet, of course, there was MySpace and stuff like that, but it was not kind of like it is today. So it's more people talking, It was more like, I bought this CD, you have to listen to these guys, they're fucking crazy. Yeah. It's kind of, that's how it happened. And then I think that there was a few people who took a chance with it, kind of gave us the opportunity to play stuff and play places. And I think one of those who really kind of got it going was we got this review in Metal Hammer in 2005, I think, where we got 6 out of 6 stars for our demo, and that kind of woke up people and say, hey, okay, because at that point you could actually sell a lot of magazines. It was not like. You actually went to a shop and bought
the bag,
a magazine and proceed and reading it, and you couldn't zoom in and stuff like that.
You see the glasses now, you do.
Exactly. I'm there too.
Oh my goodness, man. Yes.
So I think that at that point it's kind of that kind of was a approval of a band that we kind of got that. Okay, these guys this is serious. They're gonna, but actually it was Germany and Sweden that kind of started, and then Denmark came after, because in Denmark it's the kind of music we were playing at that point really, and I think at that point we actually kind of invented a new kind of genre. It's kind of like people called it Elvis metal.
Right. Yeah.
Kind of, and I haven't heard that kind of genre before. So we were kind of, hey, wow. I don't think we we were thinking too much about it. It was just the way it was. It was just yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah.
I remember when I had Jorg on the show a while ago, and Jorg was telling me that one of his people that worked for him was like, "Hey, listen, you see that demo over there, that Volbeat, you need to listen to that." And he was just like, "What?" He's just, "Yeah, that one over there." He said she was just like, "You need to really listen to that." And he said when he listened to it, he was just like, "Oh wow, oh wow." Yeah, we need to really do something with these guys. So it was a great story, man. And so just to hear them speak about how you guys went from just a few people to just growing out, because when we toured with you guys, every show was sold out. You know, it was amazing. And
I actually think at that point, I think we actually played, I would say, maybe 7-8 years with only sold out concerts.
Yeah,
no, it was crazy.
But I know why, though. To be there for almost an entire month and just looking at you guys doing what you did was amazing to me. And I couldn't wait to, you know, we come on before you guys, and then I'm just like, okay, let me go, you know, get myself together so I can come back out here and listen to this set and watch this set. And I enjoyed it every single time. That Guitar Gangsters and Cadillac Blood album, oh my goodness, man. I'm just telling you, hearing Michael warm up and man, listen, it was just amazing. I'm trying to tell you. So the Volbeat team was an incredible unit from top to bottom. And once again, I thank you guys for making us feel comfortable when we met you guys in Paris, and the entire tour. It was just the best. You know, I've enjoyed all the other tours I've done with the Ectomorph and of course my brother's Vengeance and so many other bands. But you know, you guys treated us well. So how familiar were you guys with Stuck Mojo when we got with you, or was it Daniel that brought you to us?
Yeah, it was Daniel kind of talked about it, and then Thomas he kind of knew about it as well.
Yeah.
I have to admit I have heard the name before, but I didn't really I hadn't digged into the music. So but it was kind of like it's kind of like I really love music like that. You know, that genre with the kind of rap, rock, metal thing. Kind of It's just that's one of my favorite genres of music. You know, so for me it was really wow. This is cool, you know. So, and we always, I remember we talked a lot about it, that because we kind of got treated as you tried yourself like shit of other bands, and kind of what the fuck, why, what happened here? Yeah. And then we kind of decided that we don't want to be those guys, you know. It's kind of like let's make it a good, you know, experience to be on a tour. You know, and we have never kind of said you can't play that loud, you can't sell merch, you have to, you know, all that stuff. So just we were not scared for our support bands. Some bands are sometimes, you know.
you guys were totally great, and I always go to this, and this is one of the things that made me feel great. I will say is that Jan, after that last show we did in Osnabrück. Because we had performed at the Bastard Club in Osnabrück, but when we were with you guys, we performed in this way bigger place, and so once again sold out again. And I remember Jan coming up to us after we all took the pictures and stuff at the end, and Jan came up to me and he said, "Lord, I just want you to know something. You guys made us play hard every night. Every night, you guys coming behind you guys, we had to really make sure that we were on point." Because everybody was there to see you guys. I mean, Stuck Mojo had fans in there, no doubt. But it was about you guys. And so sometimes, I don't know if it was in Berlin or one place, it was like, it took us a couple songs to get those people to really see like, hey, okay, these guys are all right, you know. But you guys have had such a thing that was so amazing. The sound, the singing, all of the parts just came. It was just harmonious. The orchestration, everything about what you guys was so great. And when I say the team, all of the crew members, every single one of you guys just were next level. And I just know that I appreciated it. And that was the biggest tour that I was on. I appreciate the love that you guys showed. And, you know, knowing that the guys from our bus were going to your bus, to your bus, the bus that you had at a certain time of day.
I remember something about that.
To get a little lifted, man. So, it was just all love, man. I just want to thank you once again, man. You guys, it was amazing, man. That was an amazing tour, man. It really was. So, do you remember the best show that you had with Volbeat? If you can remember, there's a lot of them. What was one that so memorable?
Yeah, definitely. It's because of it's my hometown, Roskilde. Mm-hmm. Roskilde Festival is I don't know, 90,000 people festival, big one. And there's this iconic scene on Orange Stage. It's actually Rolling Stones' old tour kind of tent. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like it has a kind of a special shape, and it's orange, and it's always been. I've always been on that festival since I was a kid.
Yes,
and that's kind of as well got me into music, of course. Mm-hmm. But playing on that stage was, I would say, that was kind of one of the peaks in my career, and I actually had to play 3 times. That was
really
crazy. One had been enough, but yeah.
Hey, in front of 90,000, in front of 90,000 people, man. Woo, a sea of people, man. That's great, man. That is amazing. But you guys deserved it. What you guys brought to the table was amazing. So now I will ask this question. So you guys were so great together. Why did you and Thomas depart from the band?
Yeah, for me, I would say like it sounds pretty. No, I would say like it's just at some point it was just not fun anymore. It was hard work.
Yes,
and I had 2 kids.
Right.
I kind of missed a lot of things in my kids' life, and at some point I was kind of like, is it worth it? And it was not because I didn't want to play with the guys. It was just, and when you come back to the same arena for the 3rd time, it's kind of, okay, it's cool, but
No,
I made it.
Yeah,
I made it to the kind of the top. So for me, it's kind of like,
nope.
I gotta take care of what I have at home. That was kind of my,
When you say that about your kids, see, my thing, which I've always done music and been in this hip hop group and this and that. My brother and I did stuff, but the thing is that the entire time I was raising my family. So I had 3 children and my wife, and that was my priority. So I would dabble into things and do my thing. I always loved it, always wanted to be on that next level. And people are always like, hey, man, you got to move to New York. You got to move to LA. You do this. You're so talented. But, my thing is that I had this family, and that's what I wanted. And that's what I put my time and energy in. And so mine came a little bit later when I got with Stuck Mojo, because, of course, Bones was the original front man. And he and I went to school together and graduated together. Okay. Yeah, that's my boy. That's my boy. That's my guy. And so
that's a guy.
Yeah, it's my guy. This my guy. So, it happened like this. So I understand it. So I got the opportunity to kind of, my wife and I have been together for a very long time, and we grew with our children. So we had children early, and we grew with our children, man. And it was just there. And now they're all, graduated from college, and they all have their own careers, and they're doing fantastic. And so I understand that, you might have missed, a lot of those things, and you wanted to spend that time, and there's nothing better than that. There's nothing better than that.
Exactly. And my kids got at a certain age where they kind of could express the feelings they have about me being away, and, why wasn't I at that thing, and why why was it that I choose to do what I did? And as I told them, and I said to them, to them many times, if you are standing in front of a dream that you had, go for it. You have to go for it.
Right.
And of course it has some, you have to sacrifice something.
Yes.
But again, of course I was away from home, but when I was home, I was really home. And financially it made my life easier, and I can give my kids a lot of stuff that I probably didn't.
Yes. Indeed.
Good, because so there's a lot of things in it, but yeah.
It's a give and take, man. So I really understand that. I understand it. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the awesome band Superloader. So so Billy started the band in 2015, correct?
Yeah.
So there have been a few lineup changes, and the present lineup consists of Billy, Anders, yourself, Nicola, and Christian.
Exactly. Yes.
So that's the band right now, correct?
Exactly.
So I'm gonna ask you a few questions about them. So what is it about Billy? I want you to tell me about each of these guys. What is great about Billy?
Yeah, I mean, he's this kind of this guy that just he has melodies, you know. He has and he has. I think he has some really great melodies, and I really like his lyrics as well, because it's deep, and it kind of, I can relate to a lot of things he's singing about. So that definitely why I kind of choose to join this band is because of the music and the lyrics and then now the first two albums, you know, I haven't been on, so now we have, I think, made 2 singles and a third one is coming, and it's really about this dude. Hey, let's all do the music. It's and that's what I really like about him. He's not the one guy who's it have to be like this because I know how it is.
Right.
So that's a good thing. Nikolai, the guitar player, he's a super guitar nerd, and he's I mean, a good way, you know. He works in a guitar store, so he works with guitar all the day.
Right.
And he's this guitar player who's kind of always, what I love about him is he's always challenging. He's always trying new stuff, even if it sounds crazier, but he's trying stuff, and he's really creative. And I really like his style. His way of playing. He's just And then the drummer Christian, I would say, you know, John, of course, Volbeat, amazing drummer, and we had it really going, you know, bass drum. But now I really found a guy as well, where there's really some. It's kind of like we don't need to kind of arrange stuff or talk about stuff. We kind of feel it. Okay. I know that now he's going to do this, and he know now. Honest, then we kind of. It's a lot of people have told us live. It's amazing how the bass and the drums are just connected. Hey. And that's
good. No, you're good.
Well,
I'm gonna say you can hear it. It's amazing what you guys are doing together, and that is cool. You mentioned something when you're able to be free to create and be you. And so, like when Billy and other guys are like, well, hey, Anders, bass. This is what we need bass for this. What what are you thinking? What are you feeling? And that vibe,
exactly.
It's more of an organic thing and makes it more authentic because it's you're giving exactly who you are and what you are. Not that you couldn't do it. Of course, you can play anything if they ask you to, but it's you. Yeah. It is you. It's your. It's coming from you. It's just like this is what I'm feeling. And you are super talented enough to vibe to anything that's going on. So, man, I understand what you're saying like that. I'm really in that situation now in my band Plastic Catastrophe with Lord Nelson and Matt does the music, and I let him do the music because he's amazing with the music, and he lets me do the writing. He didn't come and say like, hey, whatever, and not that I wouldn't take any hey, could you do this? But we are so, as you say that you are with the drummer. We are so in concert now with each other that I can't wait for him to send me music and he can't wait for me to send it back. I got to record a song now, but it's amazing, man. So I understand that clearly. That's a great feeling to have. And it's a freedom to have that's beautiful. So did you play with them like spot dates before you got with them, Superloader?
Spot dates? What do you mean?
Like so say they needed you to come in for, like say when you weren't with Volbeat.
No. The thing was, the thing was that they wanted to come out with a new album in 2019, and then the Corona kind of killed it all.
Right.
And then kind of after 2 years with Corona, 2.5 years, the guys in the band, no, I'm not gonna play anymore. It doesn't matter. And so that's where Billy, he kind of called me, hey, Anders, could you see yourself in this band?
Right.
And he actually worked for Volbeat as a rigger back in the time. So I know him from way back.
Gotcha.
So yeah. So that and I just actually said to him, I mean, I've listened to the music. I like it. Let's try it out. You know.
So that's how they get you in the band. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you have to meet, and because one thing is to play music together, but if you have to spend a lot of time together, you need to kind of have a certain, you know what I mean. You just need to kind of be with people for many hours.
100%, because that's a hard thing. Also, I always, would wonder at first, like, why do bands break up so much? But you have all these different personalities, and it's just like being able to get along with somebody who's not an asshole. Counting all the assholes in the room. My favorite song by Volbeat. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like I get it. I really understand that. But no, that's cool. So Billy Paulson, is he related to Michael somehow?
No, not at all. It's just a pretty common name, Paulson.
Listen, that's wild, because I was just like, am I missing something here? I was like, I don't see anything about it. I was just like, but that name. But okay, so love. So was it easy for you to get back, on the road to join the band? How easy was it for you to transition back into it?
Actually, I would say after I kind of quit Volbeat, it's kind of like for me, the music and my bass was just put on hold for a couple of years. I needed kind of and then I kind of started playing again. And then for me, it was kind of like the cool thing about this is I'm right back where we started.
Right. Right.
And I love that. I'm driving the car, I'm packing the shit. I'm putting my own strings on my bass. It's just and I got the audience right in my face again.
Yes.
So for me, it's I really enjoy it, and I really like it. So for me, it's just I'm up for a round more or two.
Yeah, indeed. Well, you know what? That when you're saying that you have the audience back in your face, and I played a few big festivals, but the thing is that to have that audience in your face, a more intimate show, is something special, man. It's just something about that. There's no doubt we love to play for the big, but just to have those people right there and really seeing them there and showing you that love and being in your face and being able to touch them and kind of talk with them, and you're on point with that one, man. That's a great thing. We love them both, but the intimate shows are really, really special, man. So I get that.
Yeah. It's just kind of, I kind of feel the vibe for the audience a lot more. Yes. And you kind of have this eye contact a lot more, and you can, and the cool thing about after the concert, you can actually go out and talk to people.
Right, indeed. Indeed. Once again, I looked at you guys, how you guys handled everything, and we would be over there at the merch booth and doing things, and I'm just over there looking at you guys, because it was, you guys at the time when we were with you, you guys were rolling, man. You had, you had the one bus, you had the other bus, then you had the bus with all the merch and stuff on it too. And I was just like, this is how it's supposed to be right here. This is this is what rock star, being a rock star is right now. I said, because Volbeat, they are the rock stars right now. And I was just caught up in that wave of how beautiful it was. And I was just like, these guys are the greatest. And once again, I'll thank you a million times. I thank you guys for being amazing. You guys were truly, truly amazing. I really thank you about that. So I'd like to talk about Restless Souls. So it's an amazing listen, and has definite replay value, as my man Ron Smith would say, like, hey, that has replay value. this album has replay value, no doubt. You know, you put it on, you bob your head, you get to enjoy, you turn it up loud, and you just drive, or you just enjoy. It's enjoyable when, you know, people say like Foo Fighters and those things. Like, yes, this is all of that, man. This mainstream, beautiful, unbelievable music. It really is. And so it made me feel great, you know, just listening to it, you know, and like let's see, it made me feel great from a Restless Soul to dancing on Broken Glass, which is another great song.
That's a really great song.
I really enjoyed Bumping It Loud. Awesome writing, production, and orchestration with incredible vocals. So how much did you enjoy making this album?
Yeah, but that's the thing that I didn't work on that album. I only went on only on the two new singles.
On the singles, okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's because this one was the last two EPs was recorded in 2019.
Right.
Before the Corona. So, but for me playing the numbers, I'm stoked. I really loved that. You know, and I think it's really good songs, and especially A Restless Soul is it's just as you said, there's this kind of, it's mainstream kind of rock, but it still have some It just has
a little edge to it still. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And finesse here and there.
Yeah.
And again, for us, when we make new kind of tracks, it's the whole band, and we, of course, we Billy has his voice and his guitar, but there's some stuff changed for the last two kind of songs that came out, because that's the band now. So I'm really looking forward for the next single, and right now we are struggling with, you know, getting into the get a record deal or get a management or booking. It's not easy right now.
Yeah, listen, I hear you. I'm working on the same thing, or you know, I had Elias Soriano from 9 Point on, and you know, they just went where they're independent, totally independent. And so, you know, I want to sit down and have that conversation with him, because we're trying to figure it out. You know, we were with M&O Records, you know, boutique, you know, internet type label. You know, we did our thing, and I appreciate, you know, what they did. But you know, we're just looking at, man, we just want bigger and better, you know. And I mean, I think, and the thing is that there's not really many taking chances. So that's right. It's kind of like the chicken and the egg. which come first, right? You know, right. So how do you start? I can't have 10 years of experience if I'm just started the band. You know, that's right.
So it's really that's why we actually kind of just put out our singles ourselves. You know,
yes, that's what's going on. Yeah, that's what people are doing now. People are just putting singles out. You know.
Yeah, and you got the equipment now to kind of make a really good kind of recording. We just do it in our rehearsal room, and we kind of put up a booth and stuff. So it's just and then we get a really a good guy to kind of mix it and mastering it. So
of course. Yeah. So do you guys have any thoughts of playing in the States?
We will love to play in the States.
Yeah.
But again, we have a guy who's trying to do some stuff, but again, there's a lot of rules right now. For a foreign band, it's expensive to come to the States and play.
Is it now? Yeah, it's expensive all the way around, but yeah,
it is. But they actually put up some taxes and stuff, but the thing is that you need the song. You need the kind of the song that breaks it. So if you get that song, and people start to talk, so, but we're really trying, and of course, it could be cool to join a big band and be a support band for a bigger band and stuff like that. So we're working on it, but I would love to come to the States and play again.
Well, I believe it'll happen. I mean, you guys did play with Metallica, man. Come on, man. On, man. You know what I'm saying? So you have the resume for that, and I'm sure it's going to happen soon for you guys, man, because you have a great sound. You really do, man. I really enjoy it. So, Do you when you did play here? What was the best thing about playing in the U.S.?
You, yeah, I really love the U.S. It's not like it's actually, again, it's a country that have everything almost. So for me, it's a really great place. I would say the thing that I really liked was it's actually I like the fans, because the American fans are a lot more. I don't want to put everybody in the same category, but there's a lot of people who's really, they're into it. They kind of they show that they love the band and they talk about it. Because in Europe, most people are kind of like, yeah, that's fine, or that's okay, that's a great band. That's it. They don't have the same passion sometimes.
Really?
I have to be careful what I say here.
No, I understand.
Yeah, but it's just like in the States, if you're a famous person, people come over to you and, hey, how are you? And can I take a picture? In Denmark, they kind of just look at you and think, oh, that's that guy. Oh, I don't want to. He think he's something or something. Fuck him or something. Yeah. That's normally how it works.
So you hear what you're saying? That's the way we feel. We feel the same way. When we come to Europe, the love is crazy. Listen, the passion the passion that the European fans have is amazing. It's amazing. So I have had nothing but the great times of people coming up to me and saying things. So, and I guess that's your norm, and the people know you over there. So when you get over here, the people don't know you. Know you personally. It's kind of like your friend knows you. Like, oh, hey, that's just Lord, man. He's, whatever. But when you get to people who don't know you and want to be a part of who you are, want to be in your moment, man, listen. So when you guys, come over here, they're looking at them and, hey, this is Volbeat. They're not from here. So it's something exciting. So that's what I think it is. It's an excitement of something that's not the norm. So
that's probably it.
Yeah, to me. But I will say, quick story. When we were at the Aalborg Metal Festival, I remember we were in the the green room where everybody was eating and stuff. Because usually I don't like to eat before the show, even though the big guy does. Because if I fall out on stage, man, it's a problem. So so coming back, we were just in the room, and there was a whole lot of people back there. And so we were over there eating salad or whatever it was, and then I could just remember some people across just looking and staring at us. Well, it was just myself and Sean Delson, and they were just looking and pointing, and I was just like, oh man, what's going on? Then all of a sudden they got up. It was about 3 or 4 of them. They got up and they walked over to us, and they said, your eyes on stage was so crazy. It was so whatever. And then it was just like, I know I'm a nice guy. I was just like, hey, hey, listen, thank you. It was all love. And then they're just looking at me. They're like, you're so intimidating on stage, but now you're this big, nice guy. And I was just like, well, this is who I am. That was, we were entertaining you. So
that's the thing.
I understand what you're saying. They were just watching. I had a lot of that, but then they finally came up because a lot of people were like, he's a little scary, So, I was just like, nah, man, come on over. Just, the big teddy bears, they said, it's all beautiful, man. So no, I really understand what you're saying, man. So I really do. So what do you like most and dislike most about touring?
Yep, of course, what I liked about tour is playing for people. Playing music is what it's all about. Playing live is just amazing, and just get that kind of vibe and all the And the worst thing I would say is the traveling. That's driving and just waiting, traveling and waiting. That's
yes, indeed. But
especially when you have kids at home, it's kind of, I'm wasting 8 hours in a arena somewhere. On nothing.
Right. Indeed. No. Yeah. I understand it clearly. And you said it earlier that it's work. I don't think people really understand how much work goes into it. And being on that stage is like the high of all highs. But it is work, even though it's fun. but it's, you're jumping around, you're doing things, man. Every time I would go on tour, I'm losing 15 to 20 pounds, man. I'm just like, yo, it's just something else. But being on that stage is the high of highs, but it is working. A lot of people don't understand how much goes into it, how much energy and those things. So 100%, man, 100%. So we're getting close to the end of this, but what can we expect from Superloader for the remainder of 2024?
Yeah, man, we're trying hard to kind of get concerts around. Now in Denmark, and we played Norway last week, and we're trying to get into Germany and Sweden. So that's our main goal, is to kind of come out and play some live music. Because again, if you want to have a record deal today, you need to have at least, I don't know, many thousand follows on that and this, and so that's the thing, is to kind of create this kind of social media thing and get that going, because that's kind of the thing that the records company look at, and they say, okay, you got, so we can probably sell, and and hopefully in 25 we would love to come to the stage and play there with it, but it probably have to be with a support for some bigger band. Because that would make most sense, instead of taking states are so big, so playing clubs, small clubs in the whole states will take, I don't know, 2 years.
Indeed, man. So now this is a loaded question, super loaded question. So why is Superloader a must watch and listen for everybody?
Yeah, I would say that this is really, you really get a band who's dedicated, and I have to say we play really good live. It's really the energy on stage again. It's about bringing the energy to the audience, and I would definitely say you get that, and then you get some, in my opinion, good music, and sweet people, or we just have a good time,
Indeed.
And so
awesome. Yeah, I want you to talk that stuff. I want you to let them know why you guys are amazing, why you're dope. I want you to let them know, like, yes, we're the best in the world. Come see us. We are those guys.
But that's the thing with music. It's not like a sport, so there's no kind of who's first and second. It's a lot about feelings,
of course,
and moods and stuff like that, and experience when you listen to music. There's a lot of things that's kind of combines that makes music a whole nother game. Then
no doubt about
we're the best.
Yes, sir. All right, so the last question, sir. Last one. What was the last song you listened to?
The last song? Oh, yeah. That was actually that's a project I have here in Denmark. It's metal rap on Danish.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, and it's called in Danish it's called skudsalve. It's kind of like when you shoot with a machine gun. What do you call it? A shooting?
Yeah.
What do you call it when you put a whole round off and
like
shoot?
You talking about a full clip, but you're saying unloading the clip? Yeah,
kind of. That's what I think it's called in Danish. Just unload the clip. Yeah.
Unload the clip. Well, listen, I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to hearing that, man. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, it's in Danish, but I would definitely. I could send you something if you want to.
Listen, of course, you got to send me something. I will send you some things too, man. No doubt about it, man. It's love. We're doing our thing. We're having a good time. And listen, man, seriously, you guys have a great sound. It's a great watch. The energy is amazing. The music is amazing. You doing your thing, bringing what you bring to the table. I already know who you are and what you do, man. I watched it for almost a whole month, man, and listened to it for a whole month. So I know what you bring to the table, man. And it was just great to reconnect with you and catch up with you. And man, we're family to me. That's how I feel. Listen.
Same here. Same
my
here,
brother. So whenever you or the guys you want to come back and talk or whatever, just you, it don't matter. You're my brother. We'll do it. No need to knock. Just open the door and come on in and say like, hey, I'm ready to talk and we're good to go, my brother. So last but not least, please let the people know where they can get in touch with you guys and see you guys and all the social media stuff if you don't mind.
Yeah, but you have to go on. We have of course a Facebook called Superloader. We have an Instagram called Superloader.dk, and then we have a TikTok as well called Superloader.dk. So go and check it out and just listen. We of course on the most streaming service as well. So go and listen and see if you like it.
No doubt they will. Yeah. Well, look, man, once again, my brother, thank you very, very much. This has been a great conversation, and I knew it was going to be, man. And I miss you guys and what we did together. It was priceless. I'll never forget it. It's branded in my mental. I talk about it all the time to people. I was just like the Volbeat tour. Oh my God.
Definitely remember that tour with you guys. Yes, it was it was really a good tour. We had fun.
Yeah, it was magical to me, man. So I really appreciate it. Yes, indeed. So ladies and gentlemen, once again, it is yours truly, the Lord. Yeah, Nelson, that is for the podcast, Live and Loud with the Lord on the CMS network with 5 Royals Entertainment. With this amazing young man from Superloader, Anders Kjølholm. Yes, indeed. Clap it up.
Thanks.
I appreciate it, bro, man. Thank you, man. Thank you very much. Yes, indeed. All right, man. Be good.
You too, man. It was really great to see you again.
I sit and watch the ocean in the morning sun. I try to forget, but I can't erase your tongue. When I close my eyes, I feel you, my oh my. And then another ship goes by. You have left me, but you're still around. You smell, your taste, your touch, and your sound. I know the answer still, I wanna ask you why. And then another ship goes by. For every promise, every song that I forget, I'm chasing ghosts, chasing ghosts with every breath. I wash my face in the ocean wave. A fake salvation for my misbehave. Sometimes I fail to walk, but still I wanna fly. And then another